And we're live on Fun Frolicking Friday.
Yay! Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fun Frolicking Friday. I'm not hearing all the dings I normally hear, so I'm hoping we're live.
Yeah. It's okay. Or
Oh no, are you there? Can you hear me?
yeah, you're there. Yeah.
I don't know. That was so weird. I don't know what just happened, but I'm here.
You're
Okay.
here.
Virtual world. Sorry about that. Difficulties today. But welcome back. And we missed you last Friday. We had a good time. Karezza and myself needed some time to ourselves, but we're happy to be back here in Facebook land. And here, what we like to do is have fun and frolic. And what does that mean? Well, it could look a lot of different ways because that's life, right? And my goal, and I know Karezza's goal, is to help people really enjoy their lives more and have conscious ways to connect with ourselves and one another and create deeper understanding for us to relate to one another. Yeah, this all started at the beginning of Corona. So, goodness, it's like a year now or more that we've been here doing this. Um, so, today we are going to talk about dating. And even when I say that word, like my brain just like just like goes in so many directions. And that's why I said like what is dating? Because it's so broad and so vast.
Yeah.
But what happens is each of us as individuals, we have specific needs. And then societally, there's these ideas of what that means or looks like, or what we're supposed to do, what we should do or shouldn't do. Um, and myself, I really like to try my best to stay away from right, wrong, should, shouldn't. Um, but I do have my own personal needs and desires and things that feel good to me and things that don't feel so good to me. And so I just ask for some extra spaciousness and empathy because this is a very vulnerable topic for me right now, as well as Karezza. If I do start to sound like I am shoulding on you, I don't mean to. I'm just a little fired up around my personal challenges in the dating scene right now and what I'm seeing as societal challenges. And my heart is I'm getting all like fired up and vulnerable right now thinking about it. And yeah, so with that, I'm going to pass it to my fabulous co-host and our techie here, Karezza. Actually, before that, I wanted
Yep.
to, all of you guys out there, I can't see what's going on in Facebook world, but Karezza can. So please do chime in with your comments, your questions, your feedback, your feelings. And if it feels good to you, would be very much helpful and appreciative of you can click the little share button. We can spread that out so we can spread the fun, frolicking, dating desires and manifestations and expand.
Yay.
Yeah. And I'm feeling
Yeah.
really weird with this hat on here. It makes it harder for me to see. So I'm just going to pull back.
So
So
cool.
there. Okay, Karezza.
Hi everyone, I'm Karezza. I'm the creator and founder of the Intimate Playground. I am an eco-conscious play, sex, and intimacy coach, and I help people expand their lives orgasmically to live a more, orgasmic life, and not just in the bedroom, but in all of life. And really bringing play and games and juiciness into the body and into life itself. Yeah.
I just need to take a breather. Um, and I'm curious, what comes up for all of you out there around the dating world? Are you, to all of you watching right now, I would love to know how many people are watching that are dating, that are putting themselves out there, or are you single but you just don't know how to do, just like not sure about how to do the dating thing, so you're not doing it. And I'm curious also how many of our viewers practice monogamous relationship styles and dating and relating, and how many of you practice non-monogamous dating and relating styles. And if you have a definition of what that means or looks like to you, I'd love to hear it. There are many different ways we can relate, many different identifications as far as our sexuality. As Karezza shared, she identifies as an eco-sexual or sensual.
Yep.
And that's one of many of her identifications.
Yeah.
And I too, I identify as demisexual, sapiosexual, pansexual, omnisexual. But in essence, I think we can all relate to being sexual beings. Okay? Can we just, we're all there. We all are products of sex. If it wasn't for sex, we wouldn't be here. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's the energy that we're talking about. As in what Karezza said, living orgasmically, not just about a moment's time, but about our entire life. And this isn't just for woo-woo people or tantrikas or ecosexuals. This is life. Just some of us are choosing to relate and communicate very loudly and openly about it. And some of us keep it more in the bedroom or, behind closed doors. No right, no wrong. And what I do have a challenge with when it comes to the dating scene is that we don't talk about a lot of this stuff soon enough. This is like, for me in the dating scene, question one. Like, if we do not have the same conceptual understanding of dating, relating, and sexuality, and we can't communicate about it, I don't know how we're going to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get off, like, we're not going to go past here. Like, for me,
No.
Yeah. I feel it's so important to allow ourselves to be more open sooner. Yeah, how about you, loves? And to all of you out there, how do you feel about these kinds of conversations? And what are the kinds of conversations you like to have in the initial stages of getting to know someone?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Candace. I'm very passionate on sexuality. So, when dating, the first thing that usually comes out of my mouth is always to do with sex because life is too short for shitty sex and shitty intimacy and shitty communication. It is. And we're living in a time where, we're locked up, or because of the virus, you can't really date, you can't go out. So you have all this time to really think about what you really want and to be more direct and to be more, going for it rather than hiding and not being ashamed of what you do want and not settling for anything less than what you deserve. You know, like if you cannot talk about sex, you shouldn't be in a relationship. And, sex is so much more than just the body. It's so much more than orgasm. It's about how we expand, how we see ourselves, how we grow. It's so much more than what people think it is. And that's okay. If you see it in one way and you've always seen it like that and you don't want to change, that's okay. Nobody's forcing anybody to change or look and see, but it's just there. It is there for the taking. If you do want to learn or if you do want to explore and you've never tried something new, then go for it. If you have that urge inside you and you want to learn or explore something, because this is what, life is short. You could be dead tomorrow. So why not, explore yourself, explore other needs, explore other aspects of yourself in the intimate realm, in the sexual realm.
Hi, Bubby. And I I get so hesitant and nervous personally and professionally with these conversations because of the huge societal misunderstanding of sexuality, and that when I say sex, that I'm talking about intercourse.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And and when I say, and when we say that, within our first conversation with someone, we talk about sex, it doesn't mean we're saying, hey, I'd like to stick my thing in your thing.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to be very clear. If someone reaches out to me,
Yeah.
and their first, if the ways in which they're communicating about their desires is focused on genitals, we're probably not in alignment.
Yeah.
It's okay for us to want to explore in all these ways with one another. But to start, on an emotional level, to bring it into how can we celebrate and emote to one another our desires from our heart? I can't. I personally, I know, everyone's different, but I personally, I don't feel safe um, relating to someone who is treating me like I'm a set of genitals.
Yeah.
And if that's if that's what they're emoting, I don't know you are interested in anything else if you don't tell me. So if all you're emoting to me is your desire for me physically, and that's okay. You don't have to want me other ways, but I'm probably not gonna wanna, go anywhere. Um, I need to feel emotionally safe. Um, yeah, and I feel like that's the other component of why having deep, like I can tell when, in the first few conversations, and I know you guys can too. We just ignore it.
Yeah.
Um, when someone is not really speaking from their heart, when they're just saying what they think we want to hear, or they're holding back, they're hiding something. If you feel like you're having to pry,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, having, if we could all just allow ourselves to, yeah, in the beginning, don't make the person wait till you're standing across from a table, because you may not get them across from the table if you do not like show your heart from the beginning. Like, just let's show up and let's be real, like right from the beginning, whatever that means or looks like. And if all you want from me is my physicality, cool, let me know. So, we could just realize that we don't relate and move on. Please don't come at me and try to be what I want and show me emotionality if you don't genuinely feel that. I'll know, especially as a blind person. Like, just can't. Yeah. Eee!
I got a message
Yeah.
from Gregory Wright. He said, one after the next. I think because I hardly ever have orgasm, so I'm always trying daily for years now. He prefers one night stands. And Kelly Bird said hi, and she says, I've missed you all.
Thank you both. Kelly, I'm happy to be back. Happy to have you. Love having you. Gregory, thank you for your vulnerable share. And
Yeah.
I'm definitely curious. I know many people have a hard time fully letting go to experience orgasm in one form or another with other people. And some people find one night stands to be safer because then they don't have to show up emotionally. And so when we don't have to, when we're not as concerned about what the person thinks of us, because we don't care, we don't want them afterwards, we feel safer to let go and reach those high peaks. that makes sense. That I'm, my curiosity is if in your body you notice the difference of the experience in a one night stand versus the experience with yourself versus the experience with someone that you'd love to see again.
Mm.
And for male-bodied persons, it's we're talking about different scales here when we're talking about orgasm, like the physical sense of the orgasm. But beyond that, and that's kind of one of the challenges with the male body, in getting the male body, the male brain, to understand that orgasm is so much more than that. But I can say, my experience, I've been with multi-orgasmic men who do not ejaculate. Ejaculation is not the only form of orgasm, even beyond all the woo-woo stuff we're talking about. That it's our bodies are capable of experiencing so much sensation and so much pleasure. And orgasm, yes, without any touch at all.
Mm-hmm.
If we are limiting, if we are only having physical experiences and we're not practicing and trying to expand into learning about these other ways to experience life, then you may not know. And unfortunately, this isn't common practice or education. And it's very common for some of us to go a whole life without experiencing even just the minute physical orgasm of 2 seconds. Never mind all this other stuff we're talking about. When I think of the tears coming from my eyes right now, it just reminds me of the depth of orgasm is basically an opening, and you have to be open to open. You have to be vulnerable and receptive. And if we don't do that, we're never going to experience. If I can't cry in front of someone, if someone can't cry in front of me, I know we will never get to the depths of intimacy and pleasure that I know. We can't. I just want to invite everybody to, just, if you could just take it just even one little step further in the dating and relating scene, to let people see you, the you that you're so scared for them to know about. In the beginning, magic happens. We can't get what we want. We don't say it. we won't get what we need. We don't ask for it. If we don't say yes to ourselves. Mm. Mm.
And it's interesting. Oh, sorry. No, just, when you talked about orgasm, I just from my personal experience, I actually have it's very different because I feel I've been with a few guys in relationships, and a big problem is that, when you are with the body, in my experience, is that they always rush. You can feel like I'm very sensitive. So when they're trying to do, like, that they're trying to get you to have an orgasm, and that absolutely kills everything for me, because they're not concentrating on all of it. It's only usually the sexual bits, the vagina, the breasts, the ass, but not exploring the depths of what touch can be, of what, all the sensations can be put on the body, and playing with the body, and not worrying about what happens, and if this happens, if it doesn't happen, and getting out of the mind and really playing, enjoying, and getting to know each other by just, having fun with the body, rather than having this expectation of doing this, and if it doesn't happen, then I'm a failure, and or she's not gonna like me, or he's not gonna like, whatever, that you can really just honor and revere the body and all the bits of it, rather than just going for this outcome and not getting any other things from it. Mm-hmm. And this is what I do. This is why I do the work that I do and help people, is to get them out of just, the penis or the vagina or the breasts, and really to play with everything from the top of the head to the tops of the toes to the tops of the fingers to the back to the front and everything in between, because so many people miss out on that pleasure and expanding it throughout the body and beyond. And who wouldn't want that? Like, do you really just want to have a release, or do you really want to expand it into realms of the unknown, of unknown territory? Who knows what?
I feel you. And, yes, we want to be pleasured. Yes, I love it when someone has a genuine desire for my pleasure. Okay. When someone's trying to make that happen, or they think they know what that looks like,
yeah,
or when it's supposed to happen, instead of letting and allowing it to naturally unfold, however it so does. Yeah, I can so relate, and I can feel it. And
yeah,
as an educator here, I am often having to have the conversation with people about so in the tantra world, in the professional tantra world, I'm a little nervous to talk about what I'm talking about. There's a lot of educators or practitioners or dakinis offer what is known as goddess worship. And it's often assumed that that means that when you come in, that the practitioner is going to allow you to touch their genitals, and potentially more with their genitals, in the essence of worship and giving. Great, beautiful, wonderful. And I'm always having to remind people, like, the true essence of what goddess worship means for me and why. Not everybody that contacts me, I do offer this. And I tell everyone that contacts me, I may not be the provider for you, and you may want to come in. I do 4 different tiers, and, goddess worship is in my top tier, which is not available to everyone because of the fact that we just don't know. There's so much unknown. And for me, like, I'm offering genuine education. I am going to teach you how to worship me and what I want. And I don't know what that means or looks like. I don't know you. And I'm not going to know till you get here. So, and I feel like that is just like the true essence of goddess worship, that in the professional scene of, BDSM and pro doms and tantra, gets so lost. And I wish that more of us offered goddess worship experiences that were not genitally focused, that were really genuinely focused, and finding those mutual places that you can show up feeling like a king and like, yeah, I'm doing this. And I can receive, like, yeah, I'm receiving this. This is exactly what I want, And yeah, it takes time. It takes time and communication to create that. That doesn't happen in a phone call real quick.
No. We have another question for both of us. Christopher asks, what do you think about the idea of only dating someone you are already in a relationship with, rather than using dating as an expensive way to sort through prospective candidates in the first place?
We're talking about it generally, applicable in any which way.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking like dating and relationship, like if date as opposed to dating without, like, if you're just getting to know someone rather than dating in a marriage, for instance.
Yeah, like,
like to continue, making those special times, whether you're, have been in a 20-year marriage or just getting to know someone, to still have that meaningful space.
Yeah, like, there are many people who have been in a 20-year marriage that haven't done or experienced what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, this is applicable to anyone. And I'm curious, Christopher, like, if you are you in relationship, and and I think about dating when you're in a relationship. So there's many different ways, you know what I mean? So you have 2 people who are in a relationship that want to date someone else together, and but still just be a date, versus turning into a triad. Or 2 people who want to date but separately outside of the relationship. Many different ways.
Yeah.
I think this is applicable in all, like, as far as like, getting to know someone and being real with ourselves and one another.
Yeah.
But I also know that in some relationships, There are hard rules around dating outside the relationship and how close you can get. Like I used to, I'm non-monogamous, so I've done all sorts of relationship styles. And I used to be comfortable dating someone who had a committed relationship and they weren't able to really be emotionally available to me. Um, I couldn't do that. So I know there's only certain places I would be able to go with them. I could play and have fun and be kind of like little SWBs, but yeah. But like if I was able to at least have communication with the wife or the other party, then things would feel different for me. This is just me and my needs. Like I'm non-monogamous, but I like openness and communication and emotionality. Yeah, like my big, like if I was to like just put it out there, I'm dating, right? I'm putting myself out there. What I'm putting myself out there for, ideally, I'd love to have a committed central relationship, whether that's with one or two people, I don't know. And even within that central relationship, I want there to be possibilities to still relate outside the relationship, depending on the needs of the inside relationship. And yeah, and things being open. Because I feel everything. I can't do that not communicating thing. Like I'm not the don't ask, don't tell kind of person.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Like, it's tough. It's being, non-monogamous. I still have like needs. I still have needs, and yeah. I'm thinking about something that's making me really vulnerable.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
What is your vision or your idea of a date?
The cat just let out a weird meow. It could look conscious connection, mutual conscious connection, shared space and time, whether that be virtually or in person.
Okay.
Yeah, consensual, mutual. Yeah. And right now, like as a blind person, it's all new to me. Like I don't know how to do this. Like meeting people out of the house is harder for me.
Yeah.
So, I'm more comfortable meeting people in my home, which brings up other stuff that I have to like be, so yeah. So it really could look so many different ways. But I think at a core, it's not two. Two or more people coming together to connect.
Sure. Interesting, because I don't know, a lot of people like the status quo or the stereotypical idea of a date is like going out to a restaurant and giving a kiss and then driving them home or whatever. And I think like in today's world there's so much more that you can do and not just do the ordinary, but try something new or explore in more playful ways, and to really get to understand someone new and to feel comfortable with someone. Because I think when we're dating, it's really about becoming comfortable with ourselves and with our energy in relation to another being, really. Because a lot of people are nervous, or, you know, that kind of positive nervousness where it's like giddy and like a schoolgirl kind of thing, or where you know, maybe it's different. It's more like I want to throw up and not eat, kind of nervousness as well. But at the end of the day, it's really about, I think when you do meet, it's really about being at peace, being at home, being seen, being able to be like who you are in the moment, and being accepted for that, whether or not it works out, or if it's only one date and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel like it's again, no right, no wrong. And I do, you know, ideally, I love, and thus far, I have not had much luck connecting or meeting people that I feel like, you know, I want to take me out somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for me, as a blind person, I am then more dependent on them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll need their help, and, you know, I'll be relying on them to help me around and stuff, which I don't need that in my home. But ideally, I want to be wooed. I want to be taken out on dates.
Yeah.
For me, that's not how I start. You know, and there is this part of me that misses that. Like I miss just going out on dates, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
maybe that'll change, and I'll just feel like going out on dates. But
It's tough.
at this point of time, it just doesn't. And I don't like I've sat in uncomfortable situations before, and I hate it. And so I'm also not willing to go out and meet someone, you know, just for the date. If I know we're not, like, I need to establish a certain level of, like, we have potential to want to have sex. If I don't feel I want to have sex with you, or I'd be comfortable having sex with you, right away, I don't know. For me, it's a thing. And I'm blind, okay? So I'm not looking at pictures and like,
I know.
you know what I mean? So if I feel like I can have sex with you, I'm not feeling safe. And if I don't feel safe, I'm not putting myself in a vulnerable situation out in public where I'm gonna need you.
But it's all about the energy, baby. It's all about the energy. That's what it is. I mean, whether you see or not, it's about that feeling you get when you're on the phone, when you know, when you're corresponding and sending messages back and forth on apps. You can really feel it. You can feel the energy between you, even on the internet. Whether it's, you know, someone's really coming for you to get to know you, or just wants to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like I have seen this, I have felt this. I know it's the truth. And a lot of people don't, maybe they're not tapped into it, but it's there. You know, that intuition, that feeling, if it's good or it's bad. And it's true.
And it's okay.
Because
it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
Say no.
Yep.
You know, it's whatever, you hurt their feelings. Or don't say, like, if I said no and turned everybody down that reached out to me, I'd never be off my phone. You are not obligated to say shit. Okay? Just move on. Like, if you don't connect. Nobody's lost. It's only a loss if you waste all that time trying to make something when you knew, because your gut told you right away. But you're like, oh, I didn't give them a chance. We didn't talk enough, or, you know, we didn't really get to meet. We should meet. No, don't fucking meet.
No. Your body knows, though. It's about your body as well. You know, it's in the conversation, as well, but it really comes from the body, the wisdom of what's of your body and your energy knows, you know it, whether it's a connection or not. Even I know it before I even meet the person. Like, I don't, on internet, I'm like, I know right away, even like after a message or two, oh yeah, I don't want to meet him. I don't want to continue this conversation. So it is, when you get really used to it and, know yourself and can feel things and more aligned with your body and your energy, yeah, you can pick it up quite quickly and make these decisions rather than just being wishy-washy or unsure. Yeah, I mean, I've even had an experience though, for instance, not recently, a year ago, I had a great connection with a guy from Germany, and we had a date via like WhatsApp, and we lit a candle and did all like a real date and did some like sense activities. And I'll tell you that date I had was probably one of the deepest dates I had in my life. And I didn't even know him, never met him. We're not in a relationship or anything now, but I'll tell you right now that just because, you can't meet outside, it doesn't mean you can't connect online as well, virtually. That there isn't, this kind of universal energy force between us, that there is this aliveness, there is connection with us, even if you can't see someone as well, if you just tap into it. Yeah,
being seen is so vulnerable, and it's like, I think even if we have the capacity to see one another, like spending time doing video like dates, like I feel like it opens up a door. Like if someone's willing to be seen with you there, and they potentially could take pictures of you, and you know what I mean? It's a thing, so you can really create. I know for me, like I love doing videos with people, even though I can't see them.
Yeah.
Especially because I can't see them, it brings up even more like risk for me, and like, oh my gosh, vulnerable sexuality, vulnerability is juicy, and if somebody else is willing, and especially a lot of people don't know what I can and can't see. It's very scary, even though I tell them I can't see them. It's very vulnerable. So I know it's probably past. What time is it?
It's, my God, it's 1:51.
It's okay. This was awesome. There's a really easy tool I want to teach you guys. I was reminded of when you were talking about that inner barometer. One of my teachers taught me a while ago. And, she taught me initially you can do it with food or anything to know your inner yes or no. So imagine, so we're going to put this in example to, you're trying to decide whether or not you should do something. Yes or no. You're trying to get your own yes or no. Go inside. And so if it's food or whatever, you would hold, is this for me? In your hands. But say we're just thinking about an individual, you bring their energy into your body, you think about them, you feel them, and just imagine your body as a pendulum. And if your body leans forward, that is your body saying yes. You will notice your body will lean in for it. Your body leans back. That is your body's way of saying no. Our bodies will always tell us. You can do it with essential oils. You can do it with food. You could do it with making decisions. We are a pendulum. We haven't all been trained to use it. It's there, man. You don't
Yeah.
have to go to any fancy training either.
I
Just
know.
back and
Yeah.
forth. Yeah. Yeah. Was there any other comments out there? I'm curious how this was with Kelly. If you're up for sharing, Kelly, when you get a chance, and what's going on in that world there. And if you didn't get to your comment, it may have came through somewhere else, and we'll get to it
Yeah.
after. And if you're watching this not live, please do still, you can comment here. We'll get a notification. If it feels really personal, you're more than welcome to reach out to one of us. And, as we do offer private session work, and you can get more information on that using the links on the thingy thing here. Temple of Friday. I always forget if it's intimacy or intimate playground.
The intimate playground. The intimate playground. Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay.
Well,
It's okay.
and I want to send some gratitude to Scott Katanos of Love Coach Academy and everything they do there. If you don't know about Love Coach Academy, it's an amazing school of tools around love.
Yeah.
And they have a lot going on, so check them out. And Jay Mayer of Light Touch. Jay has been sponsoring our show for a while now. You may have seen him on the show too. He has created Light Touch, which is another beautiful way we can connect to ourselves, connect to the divine, to share prayers, blessings, and gratitude while connecting to our body and creating safe, sacred practices to connect our body and spirit together. And we meet every day. I go just about every day. My schedule's gotten a little wonky, but there's always a bunch of love coaches there and cool peeps, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also now have a virtual practice group that happens on Facebook Messenger. So reach out to Jay Mayer. It's light.touch.me or Jay Mayer on Facebook if you want more info on that. Or reach out to me. I'll try to link you up. And yeah. Oh, the show is so juicy. And
yeah.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone who chimed in. And I look forward to going back and seeing all the other comments. And if this show you feel like it has added to your world and you'd like to reciprocate with green love, you can do so through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can make a donation of any amount, would be much appreciated. And you could find us there just using my phone number, or you could find the link on the info on this thing. But my phone number is 603-247-5288. Or just reach out. And yeah, anything else, Karezza? How are you feeling?
Yeah. No, I'm great. I just wanted to put it out there though. Maybe if people were interested and needed some tips on how to create a date, that we could help them out by contacting us at via website, I guess, or Facebook. Yeah, because I think it's sometimes you're doing the same thing over and over, and maybe you don't know. You want to spice things up, and you want to try a new game or something fun. We both love doing that, and I'm sure we both have great ideas that we can share with the world. So.
Yeah. Or if if you want tips and tools for your dating life, you can even bring a partner, or you can come on your own And
Yeah.
essentially you'll get like the tips and the tools, and you'll get a fun play date with both of us or one of us.
Yeah.
So, but we also
Definitely.
welcome you bringing your lovers or friends or partners. So, and
Yeah.
hopefully we will be relaunching some more play dates and events coming up. And so keep watch for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yay. So much fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling inspired to have a date with myself today, actually.
Yeah.
Um, what would I want to do? What would I want to do with someone else? I want to do that with myself,
Yeah.
um, and create that. And I'm inspired to and pursue um, creating more of that in my world and in others' worlds.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's not just about couples, each other, but also about your relationship with yourself, that it's important to take care of, and to honor yourself and to take yourself on a date. It doesn't always have to be with, another being. Um, but really to get dressed up, to dance, to move, to light a candle, have a drink of, I don't know, wine, or take a warm, sexy, bubbly bath, and really enjoy and relax, and or do something, energetic, or whatever you're in the mood for, to really get into yourself. And yeah.
Body paint.
Yes.
That's something I do with myself and I like doing with others. There's always a fun, playful, sensual thing you can do. You can get very eco-safe and edible body paints. I have this one here actually has henna, so it lasts a
Ooh,
little longer on the skin too.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
Mm. So you're probably right there, and
Yep.
yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. And please do, now or later, anything came up while you're watching the show, just send us a little question or comment. We'll be here.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for your comments and your vulnerability. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
great. Fun.
And we'll see you next Friday. We will be back. Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
might have, well, we always have different guests, different times. We haven't had guests recently, but I think I have some guests lined up. And
yay.
we may have a fellow conscious sex educator out of Europe or London somewhere. I can't remember. But
Cool.
yeah, yum yum. If
Yay.
you if I was gonna say if you're one of us, if you would like to come on to our show sometime, share what it is you do in the world or join in on the juicy conversation. You can even get some live support directly from us,
Yep.
or
Yep.
just have fun and frolic. Frolic. Just reach out. Let us know.
Yeah.
We can get you the link so you can join us next time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Ciao.